Are we online? Well, you just keep pointing. I don't know what that means.
Hello, the internet.
Why does every episode have to start with that?
It doesn't. It starts with the trailer music.
Be
or-
wildly gesticulating.
Yeah. I don't know. It's your shtick, man.
It's my shtick.
Your shtick.
My shtick.
Where's your shtick?
Give him the stick.
Don't give him the stick.
Oh.
Yep, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Hell
web
yeah.
stream on the internet. Let's see if there's audio.
There should be audio.
Oh, yeah. There we are.
There should be nice, warm, clean audio.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious, warm, clean audio. Brought to you by the magic of internet.
Oh, hi, internet. Change top chat to live chat.
Oh, hey, that's our friend. That's our friend Kyle.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi. Kyle. Whoa.
What?
Steve like the Bird was in here
Holy
fast.
shit.
Holy shit.
You will find out, Steve.
Steve, let us
Just
tell
you
you.
wait.
What? Whatever.
You will find out.
I'm
right
not
there?
there yet.
Ooh.
Tried to jump up and bite me. Donk.
Sorry if we get a little double feedback here. I'm gonna try to stop this as soon as it comes up.
The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
Jimmy Jam.
One jammy. We're jams.
Maybe it's just because I'm watching it, but we seem. No, it's better now. Okay.
It's probably just me fucking with trying to pull all this up at the same time.
That's his pride. Fucking with you. Damn, everybody like the fill in the blank is here early today.
Wait, what?
Chase, like the landmass
Oh,
is here.
shoot. I'm not on live chat.
You got to get on live
Oh,
chat.
man.
Oh. I'm Harlow, like the podcaster Harlow.
I am BJ, like,
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm VJ, like the fellatio.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the other spell for Lugubiamos or whatever it was.
Legrumiamos.
God, that's all that is lost, like tears in the rain, man.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
You have to live with that.
Always record.
Okay.
Always record.
Sure.
It does not matter at all.
Okay. No, it doesn't.
I just couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Sure. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, there's a little pre-show discussion about legumes and lentils and
Legumes.
I mean, which lentils are a legume, so just legumes in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Ch-
it's gone.
Chase, you'll be pleased to know that facehugger is always there. It's just
it is.
your eyes are drawn to Mackie's face,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't see the hugger.
Yeah, there's less face and more hugger today.
Yes. So.
So, Netflix.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Go on.
Netflix keeps
Raising their price?
raising their price, and
And sucking
they're
more?
like, oh, man, why did we lose 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter of 2022? I wonder what we could have done around that time that lost us 200,000 subscribers.
They canceled Glow.
Well, there's that.
Shouldn't have
That
done
as well.
Wait, they canceled Glow?
Oh yeah, Glow was canceled.
Oh, fuck you.
They
Netflix.
canceled that during the pandemic.
Oh. I'm just saying.
But I mean, every show got canceled during the pandemic.
Oh.
So I mean,
All
it's
right.
hard to do a wrestling show during a pandemic.
Okay.
I mean, except for if you're the WWE.
Well, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but
they all
obviously,
kept getting the COVID.
obviously, it's not hard if you get an exemption from the president that says, "Okay, wrestling is essential."
Well, those ladies did not want to be exempted by that president, so.
Well. As pink as that gets, I guess. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so very close to canceling my Netflix subscription.
Do it.
I feel like watching, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, however long I got into the bubble, really helped.
You didn't get that far.
Yeah.
No.
That's not that far?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
It felt like an eternity.
Yeah. I stopped at 9 minutes
Okay.
and was like, I don't know if I could do this. Like, half the cast hadn't even shown up yet.
Well, yeah, I mean...
I waited for Mando to show up just because I was like, all right.
Mando?
Yeah. Mandalorian.
Oh, I thought that was like someone's name. I was like...
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It's his name.
Yeah,
Mando.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
He's the only good thing in that movie. That's it. Like, he's in another movie being good. Everyone else is sucking ass.
The Bubble. What is The Bubble?
Is the latest Judd Apatow movie made for Netflix.
Oh,
And it sucks ass.
do not care about that one.
You shouldn't.
One
Yeah.
iota.
I mean, if you didn't like him before, just imagine him, like, super sucking. Like, I mean, it's just...
I just don't really care
Yeah.
about Judd Apatow stuff all that much. And
Yeah. You should watch Freaks and Geeks. I'm just saying, like, if there's something, that's what you should probably go back and watch.
I'll take that into
It's
consideration.
just saying, it's earnest and it's nice and fun and not like... It's, you know, I mean, it's also clean because it's on TV. I mean, it's like, it's, you know, it's not like, you're not just like, how filthy can we be just to be filthy and improv everything. But yeah, so this one's real bad. Like, it's like, he's gotten to like Kevin Smith levels where it's just like, it's all nepotism and friendships and like improv bullshit and...
Didn't we like some of that stuff way back? It was like, oh, they got all their funny friends to be in the
yes.
TVs.
I mean, if
and
when
the
it's
stuff.
good, I mean, like...
But, like, all his funny friends
Right.
have left and are not in the bubble.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Is The Bubble about pandemic stuff?
Yes.
Fuck, I'm not gonna watch that.
It's about celebrities in a pandemic.
Oh God, that's even worse. Is it about the celebrities that are on the show?
They're
Like,
they're
they're
making
playing
a movie.
themselves?
They're making like a Fast Five or a Fast and Furious franchise of movies, and they're trying to make the sixth one of them. And
Okay, so it's not about themselves. Like
no,
it's not
they're
them
not playing themselves. They're
Okay.
playing fictional characters, but
Okay.
they might as. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. I don't care about it.
no, you won't.
I don't care about anything that's like. I lived through it. Am still living through it.
Mhm.
I don't need media about it.
Mm-mm.
Like
Nope.
right now.
Nope.
And I don't want media about it right now. It would be like March 18th, 2002. They come out with like
Here's a 9/11
you know, here's
comedy.
a 9/11 comedy, right? Or here's a 9/11 anything. I don't want to see it.
What was the first one to breach?
United 93?
Yeah,
Was that it?
yeah. That was pretty soon after, and then the Oliver Stone one was sort of after that. It was weird because like there was like a joint statement
And that was
from
2006 that
Yeah.
United 93 came out.
but like the royalty of Hollywood came out and said, "Don't worry, we will never make any movies about 9/11." And then Nicolas Cage was like, "Hold my beer, we're making one." And then they made a lot of them.
So I just only because it makes me think of my intense hatred of Paul Greengrass, and since he directed that, but I've been like I want to watch the Bourne movies because like I love the first Bourne movie, and like I like what the Bourne movies are about. I just can't fucking watch them. Like I made it through the third
They're
one.
hard to watch.
I made it through the third one, and I'm
They're
like,
cool.
and I was just like,
Why don't you
God,
can?
the third one hurts.
I bet you someone has run them through the algorithm to straighten them
yeah.
out.
Really?
To,
'Cause,
like-
oh my God, the third one is just, it's even more painful than I remember it. And that's stupid because like, I saw it in the theater and like, it was like, you know, being in an IMAX and getting motion sickness and like, but even at home, it felt worse. Like I don't know if it was because I was more hyper conscious of it, but it was just like, there's just scenes of like someone talking on a phone and the camera's just,
Mhm.
and it's just like, the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, it's like if I was standing in the room watching that person on the phone, I wouldn't have that point of view. Like,
Right,
what?
yeah.
Whose point of view is that?
Michael J.
Yeah.
Fox.
No.
Well, that's the weird thing about like human vision is you can
Yeah,
turn your
it's
head
it's still,
Right.
whichever way.
Your eyes
And it-
stabilize.
your brain knows what's going on, so
Right.
it keeps everything
Yeah.
oriented
I have
correctly.
really good image stabilization in my own head.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's good for you.
Yeah. So yeah, his shit. How he ever became a thing. Like I just don't get it.
Those
Well,
movies
and
made money. That's
well,
how
sure,
it became a
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
People
And
are
it
like,
leaked
I
into
love
every
this.
other movie.
Right. I know. It's just like I said. To me, it's like it's an unfortunate. It's sort of like it's like the Zack Snyder effect. It's like your style isn't what got you here. It's just you lucked into like these properties. Like you made these properties, and then there go your style. Like it's not what we want from you.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, because I feel like didn't he do all of the other didn't he do the Jeremy Renner one and the?
He skipped.
I think he probably
one.
skipped the Jeremy Renner one,
I don't.
which I haven't gotten
Oh.
to yet. But
Mackey's the porn expert.
yeah, so I still haven't seen the Jeremy Renner one and the Matt Damon comes back one.
Ah.
So
The
'cause,
Bourne
yeah,
Identity.
I think it's just called Jason Bourne.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, like I said, I just like I was rewatching them just to be fresh, and yeah, like it's still 2's not as bad as I remember it, but 3 is just fucking atrocious. Ultimatum, like as far as camera shakes.
Mm.
Have I seen News of the World? Is that him? I didn't know that was Paul Greengrass. That's that Tom Hanks thing. Isn't that the cowboy thing? Tom Hanks. I don't know.
Yes.
I have a Google.
Yes,
no, I have
it
not
is.
watched that, but I guess I should.
Sure.
I also, to be fair, I don't think I ever actually saw the thing that made him famous because didn't he make wasn't like a Bloody Sunday? Was it called Bloody Sunday? I think he made like a Bloody Sunday movie, but I don't know why because I get throwing this out there to like you're all my Google, but I feel like that was like he made like an independent movie that
One
got him
question.
famous.
One question he asked us, and now we're his own private
Google butt boys.
What? No, I don't know why I'm
Just-
just hypothetically throwing these questions out to the ether instead of just like looking this shit up.
We don't know either.
He did a movie called Bloody Sunday.
Okay,
It was not his first movie.
Okay.
He did lots of stuff before that,
all right, fine.
but nothing here.
Irish stuff.
Sure.
All right, that's great.
Well, wait. Who directed The Bourne Identity? He didn't.
Doug Lyman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Go.
That's why it's good. Well, that's not a spark of being good now. Not anymore.
Oh.
Man got busy, so it's.
Oh.
It's like for a while it was like Ridley Scott, where it was like, "Shit, man, you're good," and then it was like, "Ooh, then you made this." I don't know.
Man's got to eat.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's prolific. He's busy.
Yeah.
I mean, he still made fucking Go and Edge of Tomorrow and good stuff.
Oh, you
Bourne
mean Live,
Identity.
Die, Repeat?
Yes.
Still need to watch Arrive, Depart,
Yes.
etc.
It's a good film.
Tom Bien. All right. Let's do a podcast. What do you say?
Sure, yeah. Use that accent. It's really going to come in handy for this
Okay.
episode.
That'll be great. Let's do it.
Kid Pants New.
His accent's always good.
The best.
That's all good. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
Hey,
BMFcast. Here we are.
BMFcast.
Woo! Episode
Right.
537.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, those are all
Numbers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime numbers.
They're all prime numbers.
It's cool.
Because this is BMFcast Prime.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
We never
here.
call it that. Only when we're doing extra does
Yes.
this become BMFcast Prime.
Right.
But we are Prime.
Yes.
And
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
We are Maculus this week.
He's Prime at home
Yes.
watching Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we couldn't get him here in 2 days. It was there's a delay in shipping
Yes.
or something. I don't know. But
That
we're
item
back.
is out of stock.
But we're back with the Kid and Play Pro's back.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Just in time.
My God, that's Kid and Play Pro's music.
Just in time for the 20th of April, the day we were recording this, the day of marijuana. We
Yes.
were watching a Kid and Play.
Blaze it, you guys. It's Kid and Play Pro.
Right. Kid and Play has nothing to do with marijuana.
No. No.
No,
This is not a weed movie.
it's not.
It's a house party
In
movie.
fact, I don't think it's ever mentioned or seen once. No, it's not ever.
No.
Actually, I don't think alcohol is ever even really mentioned.
Yes, no, there's alcohol.
Is there
Because when it shows up, you're like, ooh.
Right. But I mean, it's treated like it's the devil's
Like it's a
juice.
sin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, dear God.
Were Kid and Play like Christian rappers or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they
I
said
don't
the
know.
F word a whole bunch.
like straight
They
edge.
did.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't.
God forgives. That's an F word, too.
Yeah. maybe they're T fucking totalers. I don't know.
Could fucking be, I guess. God for. I can just hear like a youth pastor, like I can hear the chair swivel around before he sits down.
Hey,
Hey, guys.
You know the F word that God does like
yeah.
is forgiveness.
And you know what?
You know what I'm talking about?
And what else? Fun.
Fun.
And faith. I think we all got a little faith tonight, huh?
Yeah,
A little faith out there.
Rap with you guys about some F
Yeah.
words tonight.
Yeah.
I think we'd all be a lot happier if we were sober. Am I right?
Oh yeah. That's a good one, Paul. Yeah. It's a good one.
It's my new podcast. Youth Pastor Cast.
Sure, let's do that.
Oh my God.
Let's do that.
I've never wanted to do a thing more in my life.
Well, you've got 6 days a week here at the studio that you can workshop it. Just come in here and spit out
Oh
some
my
lines.
It's got to release on Sundays though,
Yeah,
I was born to make like youth pastor
or
puns.
Wednesday nights. I mean,
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my calling. I gotta reach these kids with puns.
Yes. Finally, someone who wants to hear your puns.
Oh, they don't want to, but
Oh,
they're
yeah,
gonna
no,
learn. But
they're
they're gonna learn.
trapped.
They're gonna learn something.
They're trapped with
Yeah.
the wood paneling and
They're-
the Kool-Aid.
They're gonna learn a little something.
pizza. Yeah.
and maybe
Yeah.
get closer to the big guy.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Carlson.
Anyway, back to the House Party 2.
Kid and Playpril.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is all relevant.
Theme week.
Theme week is back in effect. This is from 1991.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An immediate sequel to House Party
Yeah.
from 1990 year.
Yeah. And it is in memory of Pop,
Yes.
who is
Robin Harris
Yeah.
passed away. Bebe's kids.
Kids. Plays. No, wait.
Bebe's
Kids.
Kids
Bebe's
pop.
kids, and
Kids
play.
Pop. Yeah.
Kids pop.
Now that's what I call Kids Pop.
Oh God. Okay. So
What the fuck is House Party 2?
It's a sequel to House Party.
it is the
Correct.
continuing story of Kid and Play who are playing fictional versions of themselves.
It's from the era where your protagonist, your hero, your central character could be not good, like not a good person, just like, you know, not particularly redeemable in any way.
He's
like,
not a bad
he's
person.
not-
He's just bad at figuring out solutions to problems.
he's not bad in that he's malicious. He's bad as in like
An
he's
idiot.
lazy.
He's
He's
dumb.
an idiot.
Yeah.
You
He's
know?
just dumb.
He makes
Actually, he's not
poor-
an idiot. Like he proves later in the about midway through the movie that he's not an idiot.
We never
He's-
read
he
that.
just
paper.
has-
We never saw that paper.
Right, but
Got
his
an A
his
minus.
very serious professor gave him an A minus.
I mean,
Would have got an A if it weren't for the coffee stain.
Right.
maybe he was just grading him on the like, I thought. he
But also
couldn't
at the
even
end of the
read.
movie, he's like, "Listen, you're something special. Come back to college."
Yeah.
Not right. Okay, not patronizingly special, but like,
I'll just say
okay, so he might be intellectually smart, but he really is a dumbass.
when he's faced with a problem, he
he
just
is a dumbass.
he doesn't do anything. He doesn't come up with a way out of it or any. It just depends on other people to go. Other people who are supportive of him to say, "Hey, man, why don't you do this?" And then therefore
And I'm-
that will solve your
Right,
problem.
and I'm not saying this is no longer an issue. Like suddenly all movies have proper motivation. I'm just saying this was much more common for your comedies and you know rom-coms and everything to just be like here's a guy who doesn't deserve anything that this is all going to work out for in the end because I don't know, it's the movie, right? You know,
There's nothing.
Yeah.
There is zero movie if he's not dumb,
sure.
because he would just figure out his
I'd
problem right
see,
away.
I don't think so. I feel like you could play this all as just like a foil thing where play is the foil to Kid.
But they're friends.
Well,
And a
yes,
music
but
act.
they're frenemies. You know that should be how it is. It's
They wouldn't
just-
be able to perform together if play was secretly
Not.
I mean,
again, it's just that he's stupid. More like play is like making even worse decisions, like giving his money away and stuff like that. I feel like you
Play
could
is a
still,
terrible friend.
yes,
I'll
he
say
is.
that.
I mean,
probably a terrible
and
person.
thankfully, Martin Lawrence is along to kind of be the audience cipher along with everything else.
Also, surprisingly, a force for good.
sure,
Yeah.
It's bizarre because
People learn lessons from Martin Lawrence's character.
It is strange because he is back. He was in the first one.
Yeah.
And
He is the best thing about House Party 2.
yeah, I suppose.
I mean, the soundtrack is good too,
that's
but
pretty
like
sick.
as far as like
But,
the
I mean-
weird thing about House Party 2 is that there aren't necessarily jokes, and the ones that are there are all punctuated by cartoon sound effects, so it's like laugh and it's like But Martin Lawrence is going for it in every scene. BJ, like at one point, said, "I don't know how the editor kept up with this because
Yeah, I don't know how anybody could like sustain the amount of psychic damage that Martin Lawrence is doing at the camera
Yeah.
for long enough to edit down that movie.
Yeah, I mean, everyone likes to say, well, not everybody, a lot of people hate him, but everybody likes to say they would like to work with like, oh man, it's got to be like so fun to be like Jim Carrey or Martin Lawrence on set or something like that. It's like, no,
it's probably not."
no, I can guarantee you after like one day, you'd be like, just fucking settle down and do the take, and so we can all go home, please. And I'm sorry, I'm whispering. Let me do that again. Just settle down, do the goddamn take, so we can all go home. I mean, I've watched like outtakes where Jim Carrey is just fucking running take after take after take, and I'm just like, like that's fun for like a day, and then it's like I want to go home and see my kids.
Yeah. If you're on the 30th day of the shoot, you're like, dude, stop making your butt cheeks sing and say the goddamn line.
I mean, it's just
Well, I guess that's where it comes in, like where professionalism and a good director comes in. Is like,
oh yeah,
all right, we've had 8 takes of your butt cheeks. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's get a safety one here.
but also like on the second month of Jim Carrey acting like Andy Kaufman
Right.
in Method, just like Jesus Christ, fucking stop. So, but
That would be impossible. I don't think I could go a week with Jim Carrey being Andy Kaufman.
No. people did.
Yeah,
See, but
stronger folks than
I
me.
don't know because like I don't think it's as bad or as extreme as it makes it sound. Because I mean, it's not like Andy Kaufman was in character doing things. So like, I'm pretty sure
Right,
like,
but Jim Carrey was also in
doing Andy
Kaufman
Kaufman
character.
or
Yes.
was he just like Andy Kaufman at home sometimes? Like, was he just trying to like be
No.
inside? I don't know. Whatever. You know,
Apparently,
it's
he was Andy
always,
Kaufman.
like always trying to be
Fuck
Lotko or whatever. Okay, all right, fine.
Well, he was always trying to be some version
Sure.
of
Okay, all right.
of Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, I'm not here to defend or put down Jim Carrey. I'm just saying, like,
I am.
people like this, like
Both.
forces of nature of comedy, like this, where it's like be it Chris Tucker, Martin Lawrence, Jim Carrey. And these people are just like, I am gonna be intense for this, or Gilbert Gottfried, R.I.P. I'm just saying, people that are just like super intense in their routine. It would get grating, I think, if you had to work week in and week out with them.
On the other hand, I would think it would be easy to where he's doing his insane
They need
shtick,
to do way and stain.
and you get so tired of it that you can get through the take and
Sure.
just be like, "All right, let's move on."
Yeah.
I'm not laughing anymore because
that's
Martin,
true.
can you just a
That's
little,
true.
little more intense on that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Take 48.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
okay.
you just go and
All
spit
right.
in my face so I'd be sure to not laugh at you?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
on
Yeah, that one was good. Okay.
But anyway, House Party
Lunch.
2.
Yes.
You know why we're not talking about House Party
It's
2?
not a lot to talk
Well,
about.
Yeah.
kid wants to go. Pop's dying wish was that he go to college.
Right. The
He's got-
community has come together and raised enough money for him to go to college.
He has a check.
Yes.
He has a check. It's made out to him. Well, made out to the college.
He does
Right.
also have a chick.
But he signed it
Yeah. He signed it already.
and then left it in Play's car.
Yep.
That doesn't...
Yeah.
The
It's,
movie acts like if you sign a check, then it's free
It's
game
free
to
money.
anyone.
Yeah, it's
That is
signed.
not correct, is
Pre
it?
9/11. I don't know. I just I could have said something that just sounded like the Pre-Patriot Act. Anyone could walk into.
Yeah, you could just
As long as the check is signed,
you just
it's
steal
as
someone's
good as
signed
cash.
check, write
Yeah,
cash on it, and it's yours.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not here. For
It's not like
gaslighting.
it's a money order, right? Or a cashier.
I mean,
Money
if-
orders
if-
are more secure.
if you write cash on a check,
Sure,
it's
yeah.
free game.
Yes,
but,
free money.
Or if you leave the to section empty, or if you leave it where it
Yeah.
can be forged or whatever else.
Yeah.
Yes, you can steal a check. But
Yes.
I mean, it's still dumb. It's also really dumb that like the catalyst for this movie is as a tiny piece of paper that should be just in his fucking pocket and not in whatever contraption thing.
He leaves it and plays car.
Right. Anyway, Play is like, hey, why are you going to college? This is stupid. We have an opportunity for a record contract. I met this lady, and she's got this guy, and they could do a record thing. We should do it. Let's go meet them.
That lady is Iman.
It is.
Iman.
Yeah.
Wearing the worst hair that...
Yeah, remember the time that Iman was famous?
Yes.
But
no. He's not...
Joke.
Yeah.
But
It's a scam.
Yeah.
We'll just jump right ahead. It's a scam. She and her talent scout are scamming, and she comes to play and is just like, my talent scout ran out with all my money. What are we going to do? And he's like, I have a check that's already signed. I can give it to you. And she's like, yoink.
Mm-hmm.
And so kid's money is gone.
Yeah, basically. So it's just, and then rightfully so, as I was alluding to earlier, Martin Lawrence being the audience cipher is just like, that is fucked up. What you have done is fucked up. And I mean, like,
I think he's even telling him
as he's doing it.
Yeah.
as he's doing it. He's like, hey,
no,
that's fucked
do
up.
not do that.
yeah.
This is
That's
fucked up.
Yeah, that's kid's money.
Kid needs
You're
an
an
education.
asshole.
Yeah.
He's supposed. Yeah.
But he does it anyway, and the money's gone, and then blah blah blah.
The college is
also
like,
turns
hey,
out
kid, where's my money?
For some stupid reason, they scanned Full Force too, which is they're back for some reason.
Uh-huh.
The large muscle pumping rap group.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
who those.
They're
guys
full
were,
force.
Yeah.
Voiced by the Jerky Boys.
Yes.
Are they really?
no,
Oh.
no,
But
but
it just sounds like it.
Okay.
What
There's one guy always doing this. Yeah.
But I didn't know that. I'm like I said, I have like close to zero Jerky Boys knowledge.
Oh,
Pretty
probably.
close.
I'm
for the
your fucking
best.
Jerky Boys
Cipher?
vault.
Okay.
Whatever you need is in here.
Yeah.
We call him Chuck Liverlips.
That's a Jerky Boys
Yeah.
reference.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
But yeah, so like they got scammed too for no reason,
Yeah.
and also they're gonna get a job as security at the college just to pop in and out and be foils every once in a while. I'm saying
Yeah, their
that-
grandma is the black grandma from Everything,
Uh-huh.
and she makes them get a job.
Right. They're basically the fat
Yeah,
boys.
they basically just show up to be occasional foils.
I like the fat boys.
I'm just saying, like, they're that type. They're the three dudes who are just bumbling around and, hey, wise guy, and
They're like 12 times more annoying than fat boys. But
Oh,
it's
yes.
the same kind of shtick.
Yes.
That was Helen Martin is their mom or grandma, by the way.
she was on Amen or 227 or one of those shows.
All right.
Just going to say that.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. So they all go to Harris College,
Mm-hmm.
named for the late actor Robin Harris, who played Pops. She was on 227?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. So this is a
Yeah, it's basically like kid's there, but he hasn't actually paid. But so it's just like, let's see if I can stall for time.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they go ahead and take his student ID, so he can't use like the public facilities, like the library and the cafeteria and stuff.
Yes.
So he's having like his roommates sneak him food and books and things, but still like trying to go to college. Where
Yeah,
everyone's
his-
like, "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
His Jack Black from I Know What You Did Last Summer, or I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Weird
Yeah.
dreads white guy, who's like, "Yo, dog, I'm at this college with you, man," and it's like, okay.
And his name is Jamal Johnson.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He likes
His
saying
actual
that.
name is Cameron, and he was a rapper.
I figured because he raps later.
He did.
Cameron.
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 I don't know if it's
Cameron.
Cameron or Cameron.
Cameroon.
Cameron.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Kamron.
Ron.
But he was in a group called Young Black Teenagers is what it was called. There were no black people in Young Black Teenagers, but he got signed with like Death Row or one of those, adjacent
Uh-huh.
of the era acts.
Yeah. Did they
Alright.
have a hit record?
I don't know if they had a hit.
Well,
Good to know.
this has been your Cameron minute.
Well, it's just like weird
his-
that they got like some white rapper who has a modicum of street cred to be
Sure.
their weird obsessed with
Well,
black
I mean,
culture roommate dude.
That's the thing is like we were having some discussion pre-recording about the music in this because there I think there's at least 3 Boyz II Men songs in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
There are, but they're only. Well, okay. There's only one Boyz II Men song that's done by Boyz II Men. There's
Right.
another Boyz II Men song that was popularized by Boyz II Men that was singed by the Flex instead of Boyz II Men, and it's the one that requires the most vocal gyrations.
Right. Yeah. It's so hard, basically.
It is so hard to sing.
It
It's
is
so
so
hard
hard,
to say
yeah.
goodbye to
Yeah.
yesterday.
But it's just strange. I mean, I was getting with that because this whole movie kind of has a, like, this was, financed by Motown Records. Not Motown Records, but, like, sort of like The Last Dragon, where it was like, oh, we have all of this on the soundtrack because clearly we do. We're Motown Records.
Yeah.
Like, we have all of
Like
this.
it
in our
feels like
stable.
it's one of those things that is made to sell the soundtrack.
Right, because I mean, Queen Latifah's in this. I mean, a bunch of people that were like,
Yeah.
either up and coming or not quite like mega famous yet. Like
The record studio
Yeah.
was like, put these people in your movie.
yeah. So I just and that's what I'm saying because like Tony's in this and playing themselves as the musical act at the house party too. And yeah, I mean, so I was wondering if like this guy was maybe part of whatever said record label or it might make sense if like let's throw a bone to this guy we met.
Yeah.
That was our opening act like 2 years
Cameron
ago.
appeared courtesy of the Imperial Grand Ministers of Funk.
Oh,
That is his record label.
sure.
So
Well, they were signed to SOUL Records, which was
Soul.
but it was
You don't have to spell for us.
Sound of Urban Listeners.
Ah.
Oh, it is an acronym.
Oh, I get it.
Which was a Public Enemy adjacent thing,
okay.
not Death Row. I was wrong. But that's a imprint of MCA, so I don't know.
Oh, from the Beastie Boys?
Yes. Precisely.
So anyway, House Party 2.
Yeah.
So kid is at college. He has no money. He goes back to play and he says, "Hey dog, where's my money?" And plays like, funny story. And Martin Lawrence is behind him like, he gave your money away. I told him not to do it. He's a son of a bitch for doing it. He fucked you, man. He fucked you. And
It's a lot of like, oh God, we're going to have to shut down. We're not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to go to college until eventually it's just like, yo, what if we did what we did before and we had a house party?
yeah, but that's not for
It's
an
not,
hour.
It's not for a while. I mean, I'm just skipping. I was trying to breeze through the whole plot rather than a recap type thing. Is just,
There is a when he gets to college, there is a lot of the black college experience type stuff happening. It is perfectly fine, not necessarily funny, but there's stuff in there that is a good message, and there are things that are important to say out loud on film.
there's some things, and then there's some things that are just like fucking infuriating. Like, no, I hate the, like. I hate the certain notions of like certain eras where clearly, I mean, this is not a movie one would look to as a sign of feminism or anything like that. This is not the era or anything like that. But it's anyway. I mean, the whole idea is like to throw a pajama jammy jam so that ladies come in are in skimpy outfits. That's clearly the end game of this movie.
Okay,
Right.
I want to address that.
Okay.
They promised ladies in skimpy outfits.
Mm-hmm.
No one is wearing a skimpy
They
outfit.
didn't deliver,
Not
no.
really. It's
They are
mostly-
all wearing big, comfy pajamas,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Well-
like the party itself, they act like this party is debauchery. This party is the most well organized, well behaved. Like you're playing
It's
a
a good
song,
party,
you're
yeah.
dancing,
Hey, come on, Todd. This party was off the chain.
kind of like
Yeah.
that. It when you get to the pajama jam, it is not chaos. Now there will be some shenanigans going on
Right.
later, but like the party itself, like people show up and are like mad. They're like, "How dare you? This is a illegal party." And it's just
Yeah.
if you had been here 5 minutes ago when the party was happening, you would go, "There's
Right.
literally nothing wrong with this."
Again, it's not mad debauchery. There is a weird, as you said, like the Greek chorus section that comes in where there's like this B-roll where they're like prepping for the party, where it's basically just like this lingerie shopping montage,
Yeah.
thing where like ladies are jumping on beds because that's what ladies do when they're trying on lingerie.
At college, yeah,
I mean,
when you're trying on lingerie with your friends.
I know about things.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
I know about both college and ladies.
I'm saying all that to say it's a little infuriating because it's sort of like, kid. Again, I've established maybe not the greatest like moral compass, for a lead character of a movie ever.
Again,
However,
I don't think he's immoral in any way.
not-
He's just dumb.
He's not
He's
immoral.
easily
Play,
misled.
however, Play is
Yes, play
is the bad guy.
filthy.
Sure, I'm just saying his compass is a little off. But he's still dating Tisha Campbell. They've been dating for a while, and basically they go to the same college, and then she immediately becomes roommates with Queen Latifah. It's just feminism stuff, and it's just makes her hate him basically. And
She doesn't even do that. It's
they have a reversal later where
Right.
she's just like, I didn't mean all that. And it's like, yeah, you did.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's weird because she says a bunch of stuff like, "Hey, girl, it's about yourself and not that dumb kid." And then later she's like, "Don't listen to me. Don't ever listen to me. Here's my new advice." And it's like, why should I listen to you
Right.
now? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying it's she's like a kind of generic wishy-washy non-feminist rights of feminist character
Right.
from that era is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's
Absolutely.
a very stereotypical early '90s feminist lady.
That's what I mean. It's just so it's a little infuriating that it's just it's that era of script, and it's you're gonna have your from the second that kid's here's my necklace, we've been going steady. It's all right, how is she gonna break up with
right.
him?
They're
and,
gonna. But the dumbest thing in the world is that okay, this will further illustrate how much of a nothing kid is.
yeah, fuck that kid.
God damn.
Fuck him kid.
Well, okay, Kid the character in
Yeah,
this
I
is fucking useless and clueless.
Yeah.
They suggest to Kid hey, your girlfriend has a whole lot of money. Why don't you go ask her if maybe her family can help out
Yeah. So you can stay in
so
school.
you can stay in school, right? And he goes to her and he's like, "Yo, what up, Tisha? Sorry, Sydney.
I've been thinking.
I've been I got this thing that's important that's on my mind, and I gotta ask you." And she's like, "Are you gonna say we should see other people?" And he's like, yeah, that's what I meant, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He just immediately
Anyway.
walks right into a breakup speech.
Bye.
Yeah.
While she's tearing up, and it's he's still just all right, yeah,
Yeah,
as long
that's
as
what I'm
we're
saying.
as long
He's-
as we're
he's
happy.
not evil. He's just dumb. He's just blindsided by everything and just stares straight ahead and has no cognitive reaction to these things as they're happening. It's like, dude, you didn't even ask for money. You failed at
Right.
all of this.
I think that's what I mean. Is it's not that he's bad. He's just bad at being a human.
He's just drawn that
yeah,
way.
he's a blank slate
right.
and will
'Cause-
just be
'cause
pushed in whatever direction the movie needs him to be
Even
pushed in.
before the financial crisis, thanks to play, came into play, was he was just going to class late and hadn't read the books. I'm just saying he's a fucking idiot from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. He does his arc is a flat line, and so it's. I'm just saying he's not a great main character.
No, he's like I said, he's a blank slate. He is
Right.
just there for
Sure.
he's I don't know.
yeah. Anyway,
No one
Yeah,
mentions
yeah,
his hair.
Totally right.
so anyway, I don't even know where I was going. All that they decide to throw the pajama jammy jam because they need money, basically.
He's like, "Hey, remember what we did last time?
Uh-huh.
What if we did it again?" And he's like, "You want to have scantily clad ladies in this dorm room?" And he's like, "No,
yeah,
in the faculty lounge or the faculty cafeteria."
yeah, it's a weird. Also, that's a weird thing because I'm not saying I'm some college master. I spent years in the collegiate area, but
Mm-hmm.
I've never once heard of a faculty lounge described as some cornucopia of this place where it was just if only you could get in there. Oh my God, they have a banquet style table and it's just all food all the time. It's no. Any college, I don't care if it's fucking Harvard, I'm sure it's just some fucking picnic tables and it's enjoy your fucking Campbell's soup, you bitches.
Yeah. But they also okay. To be fair to this particular college,
Yeah.
there's a culinary arts program wherein they serve the faculty.
Okay, sure. Right. I know.
That's-
But
This
none of that
college-
is happening for this party. So
No, that's what I'm
Correct.
saying. It's this weird if there
very
was
strange thing.
it's almost like if there was a country club dining hall that it's almost like this was written where it was oh well there's going to be this country club area that you're going to get a job at. It's shit, we couldn't get a country club, so it's just got to be all we could get is this room in the college, so
Yeah.
you work in the college kitchen now and it'll be this place you dream about having a party.
I'll forgive it for
Yeah.
a movie, but it's
Right.
kind of weird.
It is, I'm just saying it's a little strange where everyone is oh, the faculty lounge, it's that place is
There,
magical.
there's even a scene outside where there's a just an outdoor venue that they're standing in front of, like an amphitheater, and it's like you could have probably done it there, and no one would give a shit because you're outside and you're not breaking any rules.
I don't have a problem with like the way the party looks once it's going. I'm just saying
Yeah, because it completely changes.
The plot point of you've got to go get this. Well, actually, he gets the job first, and then it's like, hey, you work here. Can't you
he's
get us
already
a
working
key?
there.
Yeah,
And it's like 2 seconds of a Mission Impossible thing of get the key, and he just gets the key.
Yep.
Because the kitchen is run by Tony Burton from the Rocky movies.
Mhm.
And they're not consistent with any of this, but like when we first see his character, he's wearing a chef's outfit, but with like medals on it, like for
He's like
chefing.
the South American dictator of chefs.
Yes.
yeah. What is what's that called?
Epaulets.
Epaulets. Yeah.
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 So he's and you're like, what's all this about? And then he's never wearing any of that stuff again. It's strange, but he still has like some gold, highlights on his outfit, and he has like a gold hairnet
Gold lame.
and a gold baseball bat that he uses to threaten people with.
He does wear a couple ribbons later. But
Yes, but not.
But he doesn't wear the full regalia.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
he's
he had like a
he's-
purple heart
even
of
when he's-
cooking and
Yeah.
Oh, that is something you could probably actually get, but
In
From-
the kitchen, yeah.
yeah,
from legumes.
Yeah. yeah, they call them all 9 fingers, and
Yes,
but
Yeah.
he's still like
Just
even when
the
he's
tip.
even when he's like not wearing like the epaulets or any of the fancy stuff, he's still got like a single combat
Yes.
ribbon on like at all times.
Yeah.
Yes.
and like gold piping around his. He's obviously like, I'm senior person here doing this. He's a good character. He's fine. He is suspicious of Kid, and then is like, okay, Kid,
Yeah,
you're a good kid.
And he
kid.
also has like this unspoken. Or does it even get spoken that he has this unspoken backstory of like he was like a high school MVP baseball player? and
It's
he's
just
got-
a plaque on
Yeah,
the
that's
wall
what I
that
mean.
they
It's
see
just-
at one point.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
never like he's just like, yeah, you got to
That's
stay.
called show, don't tell.
Well, right. I know, but I mean, you would think, given
Oh, for sure. In this movie.
well, just mean given the lack of any kind of role model with a lack of Pops being alive, and,
Yes.
and the fact
Right.
that like the he's not really a Black Studies professor. He's just his history professor. I don't know what he's teaching. The one he seems to be teaching.
It was
kind
a it was
this
a
was
black.
Black Studies.
This
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
blackness in the 60s or something
Yes,
like
Right.
that.
that was
Yeah,
the
that
class
was- yeah,
because
that's
he
what it
couldn't
was.
get into the other
Right.
class with.
So,
what's her name?
but even that professor can't really be like full mentor character because he's got to be a little bit of a foil too to him. So it's like you would think in another script that Lee, the cook guy, would be like also giving him life lessons, and like the simplest thing would have been like, I got a scholarship from baseball, blew out my knee, whatever, blah blah blah. Didn't finish college, or I got a job for the pros, blew out my knee, didn't go back to college, and look where I am now. I'm in a fucking kitchen, but I got medals. But, you know,
They don't do any of that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like you would think in another movie that would be his job,
Right.
is to be a mentor.
They skip all that.
right.
And
Instead,
he just get a scene at the end, which is like, great job.
I believe
stay
in
in
you.
school.
I'll most likely
Don't
kill
do
you
drugs.
in the morning.
Yeah. So there's another character who we meet, like he works for the dean, and
Ah, yes, Kratos.
yes,
Sorry, this movie is ruined for you now because
You mean the guy from Stargate?
yes,
yes.
the man from Stargate.
You mean the guy from God of War?
No,
No,
I don't want to think about that because
listen. Okay, he's the
Listen-
voice of Kratos,
and listen to his voice, and he says the line a couple times.
but when you see him, you're like, oh, that's the guy from Stargate. I've never seen an
Sure.
episode of Stargate, but I've seen commercials of Stargate
Right.
enough to where I'm like, that guy looks unique. He's a unique looking guy. And he doesn't look that unique here, but he's on his way. So I was like, is that the guy from Stargate? And then we found out he's from a bunch of stuff. So that guy works for the dean, and he sets up this thing with Kid, like, hey, we can lose your transcript or whatever, and then the dean won't know that you haven't paid or something. And then this guy just kind of moves in on Tisha Campbell. He becomes that guy.
he
of-
also I want to know:
doesn't come-
am I the one saying it wrong? Is it Tisha? Is it not Tisha? I just want to know. Like,
Which way did I
well,
say it?
You both said Tisha, and I said Tisha, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Just curious.
And I
when,
apologize.
You know, I want.
I don't know.
If I'm in the minority, I want to know if I'm wrong. That's all.
Well, you're definitely in the majority,
Okay.
according to your
Being
skin
stupid.
tone. And
Well,
he
that's well, okay. Yeah, I mean on that basis, but I'm not a female, so not
Right.
not the overwhelming majority.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Tisha or Tisha.
Okay, just curious. You both said it one way, and I was like, "Oh shit, I've been saying it wrong all these years." I don't
I
know.
try not to say anyone's name
name that you
anymore
don't
because
know.
I'm always wrong.
Sure.
And I feel bad about that.
You've been
and
pronouncing my name wrong for years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
Is it
Bajar.
Bijou?
Biget. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh,
it's
like
like
the
that
thing.
Phillips lady.
Yeah.
The one actor.
Right.
Oh, Bijou.
Yeah.
But not quite. Yeah, it's Biget.
Bijou.
Yeah.
Ah.
Or Bejota if you're Spanish.
Oh, okay. I'm not, so I won't say it like that
You should.
unless it's a piñata.
Man. What a good day today is. I got to hear Chuck say piñata.
So yeah, that's house party too.
Yeah.
But they throw a pajama jam.
They do. They throw a pajama jam, which
Well, they never once say pajama jam. It is always
Yes, they do.
Well, no, on the poster it says pajama jam.
Play
They
says
say pajama jammy jam. I
play.
believe it's
That's
no.
how he describes it. He says we're gonna throw the pajama jam. He says it because we point at the screen. We go, "Hey, he said it."
Pajama jammy jam.
I don't know if he says pajama jammy jam.
He
but
does. He I swear to God.
Does he
he's-
say pajama
the
jam?
words are no pajama jammy jam?
Okay,
is what
all
he
right,
says.
that's fine.
Exactly. That's the side I'm on. I'm arguing that the poster says they're going to have a pajama jam, and there's no jammy jam. There's no
Oh yeah,
jammy.
no. The marketing people were like, "We can't put jammy jam on here. No
Yeah.
one knows what that means. Pajama jam, please."
Yes.
So
It's a pajama mixer.
Yeah.
I prefer to just say pajam.
I'll bring the kunite.
oh, like the Pizzone.
Yes, we're just going to pajam.
You go to the Pizzone for the pajam,
Yes.
or you can get it's a filling in the Pizzone. You get the
Right.
pajam
Pajam in the pizzone.
Oh, what flavor?
jam
Pajelli.
flavored.
Pajelli.
What?
I don't know.
Grape.
Okay.
Yeah, so they break into the faculty cafeteria, set up a party, have a nice, normal, calm, everyone's having a decent time, nothing is out of control. There are some music acts, there's some dancing, there are some people who are like, maybe that white kid shouldn't get up there and rap, but then he does, and everyone's like, "You're okay, white kid." And then
You're a little bit more Eminem and a little less Snow. All right.
so here's what I find so strange about the first two house party movies is that they seem to be vehicles for Kid and Play.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, Kid and Play just kind of hang out in the background.
Well, play has a vehicle. It's a big part of the plot of this movie.
Yes, it's for play.
Yeah, it is foreshadowing. The foreplay is foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you would think it's like, hey, we're Kid and Play. We're doing a demo. We make music. Welcome to our pajama jam. Now you're going to listen to 8 straight pajama jam songs from Kid and Play. And it's not. They come in like
They let their
fifth.
friends shine.
Yes, it's just strange. They like, all right, now it's time for Kid and Play to do a song. And
Well, hadn't Cool as Ice come out by now? Like, hadn't people learned like you can't just make a star vehicle where it's like look at me for 90 straight minutes.
no, but it's just so odd that they are so close to playing themselves, although obviously not. But they're
You don't know that.
they're musicians, obviously, and they're trying to get a record deal.
Mhm.
You would think they would be like, look, any opportunity to get on a mic in front of a bunch of people, we're taking it. But they just come up like fifth, and they do their song. But in the middle
Don't
of
they
the
go
song,
on after Cameron?
yes, I believe
Yeah.
they. Yes, I believe they do. After that is when what's his name is hitting on Tisha Campbell in the crowd,
Mhm.
or Tisha,
Tisha.
and that's when he sways her with the alcohol. He hands her a flask, and Kid's eyes laser focus on this, like, "Oh, girl, no, do not drink from the flask." And she does, and he's like, "I have to stop this," because immediately
I mean,
he's like,
that's good advice, but not for the alcohol.
just
I mean,
because it's a flask and it's
yeah,
gross because
well, I
everyone's
mean-
been drinking from it.
Well, that and I mean, just generally don't drink from someone else's flask.
No, it's like a used
Yeah.
handkerchief. It's like, I don't want that.
Again, yeah. I mean, a
You
little
keep
less
that.
safety and a little less, or more gross. But I mean, we are in the age of a pandemic, so yes.
Yes, it's more noticeable now where
Yeah.
you're like, girl,
Just
no.
saying. At
But
the,
also-
at the time of this
Also,
movie,
safety.
Yes.
Like,
at the time
yeah.
of this movie, you could use someone's handkerchief and probably be okay. Drink from someone's flask, and bad things could
Right.
still happen. Is what I'm saying.
There has been half an instance of Kid talking to an Asian woman who he met at the bookstore because she was the cashier. And at some point, he's like, "Yay, this party's going really well. I get to stay in school." And she hugs him. and that's
Twice, Chuck,
Oh,
twice.
whatever. And
They're
then
practically fucking.
Tisha Campbell that's her nickname, is like, oh hell no.
What have I started? What is this little shop of horrors?
I thought it
that
was
have
Tisha
created?
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha.
Tisha?
Pizza. Pizza Campbell goes upstairs with the guy who plays Kratos and is just throwing back this flask, like, just give me all of this devil's juice that you can. And this then starts a French farce of
Yeah.
everyone runs upstairs and they end up on the roof for a while.
It's called a freedom farce now, but
Right, yeah. Suck it, France. We're not going to give you credit.
I mean, it's basically a Benny Hill montage. I mean, because
Up on the roof until they start doing the weird door exchange bullshit.
But the weird thing is, it's a Benny Hill montage. This is over Motown Philly.
I know.
So,
why did you spend the money on Motown Philly
Yeah.
for this scene?
I don't know. Like, I mean,
You
but
gotta
I
be
mean,
doing cool
I mean,
shit when Motown Philly
They
comes
do the
on.
hallway thing, the hall of doors thing. They do. I mean, like literally a blow up doll, and there's the equation at one point.
Well, yeah, because
there's a janitor being spun around and
yes,
de-haired.
he's being disrespected as
Yeah.
he's trying to clean this hallway.
D2-paid. What is that?
I guess he never heard the party downstairs and alerted the authorities. He's just upstairs doing his job.
He's not a narc.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they will open
the
a
janitor's
door.
Cool, man. What the fuck? What do you have against the janitor?
Nothing.
What are you, a fucking narc?
Yes.
Are you wearing a wire?
Yes. Yes.
Oh wait, you are. Shit. Yeah, that's how we record.
It's
sound.
right in
Yeah.
front of me.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's in my face.
My bad.
Play ends up under a bed that people are fucking on, and they're like fucking like crazy people, and it's
Yeah. There's a large man who's having sex and
Yes, he is.
when his coitus interruptus, he gets very violent with a firearm, which is treated like a
yes, but like
man is discharging a firearm.
but
in
also
public.
like 20 other people run out of that room.
Well, yes.
And then there's a scene later where two guys come out of a room and it's snowing in there for some reason, and the snow is blowing out into the hallway.
Hey.
There's a weird
Everyone else was making it rain. They were making it snow.
okay, look, there's a weird running joke in this thing where when people are having sex, there's some sort of small projectiles
right.
flying around the room because there's
Some
a
sort
scene
of detritus.
when Play is having sex in the record store with a lady who wants to be a backup singer on his record. There's just fucking confetti going everywhere, and then it stops when they stop, and then when they start up again, it starts shooting out again. It's like, what the fuck kind of sex were people having in
It's
91?
called a confetaphore.
I mean, what are you doing?
What's a confetaphore?
Fucking.
for fucking?
Woo! Woo! Jokes.
That was a fucking hot volley of jokes.
Yeah.
What are you doing wrong that things aren't flying around the room when you're having sex nowadays? Like, I mean, mine's like Act 3 of Twister. Like,
You got a fucking cow in your
yeah,
bed?
there's a fucking cow. Like, well, people are asking questions like, was that a cow? And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Don't all the cut up Pepsi cans hurt? Flying around the room.
Hey, man's into what he's into, Chuck.
Hey, man.
Let
I'm
him-
just
let him
saying, just you want death by 1,000
I'm
cuts.
just like, hey man, killing yourself won't bring your dad back. Anyway, go to Helen Hunt.
be.
Anyway, the authorities show up, and the dean shows up.
The dean is also in his Jimmy Jams.
Yeah, well, everyone is.
The officers aren't,
No.
but the Freedom Force or whatever,
Full force.
Full Force,
Yeah.
Sound of Music.
5.
They are also
Thunder Force.
they're also in their
Thunderlips.
Jimmy Jams.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they were going undercover, including
Right.
Pee Wee
Trying to go under the
dancing
covers.
or dressing as a cheerleader and getting. I think it's where they actually got the deets because everyone else was very carefully avoiding full force somehow and not letting him in on where the Jammy Jam was happening.
But he infiltrated the cheerleaders, and they
Right.
gave it up.
Yeah, with his apparent jerky boy voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sizzle tits.
But also, they didn't get it right because they go like 3 or 4 places beforehand. They're like,
Yeah.
there's no party here.
They figure out that there is a Jammy Jam,
Right.
but not where the Jammy Jam is.
Right.
That's why it takes them like 45 minutes to get there.
Because one of them just keeps going into empty rooms and starts dancing. They're like,
Yeah,
what's
that's
wrong with
Pee-wee.
you? Why are you dancing? I want to shake my ass. Yeah.
You do a very good Pee Wee impersonation.
Thank you.
Or Curly or
Yeah.
Jabberjaw. Fucking idiot.
We're talking about Pee Wee. It's a
Okay,
Pee Wee
it's
impression.
Pee-wee
Sorry,
impression.
yes. Oh, okay.
Not
fine.
that Pee Wee, but this Pee Wee.
Anyway, so they've got the gate from this thing. we started making some jokes about stuff. I don't understand where the gate went. Like the money
By gate, what Chuck means is the money that they
Yes.
collected at the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
because they offer it
Chuck's
to
talking wrestling.
they offer it to Lee as like payment for the some sort of oh no, we've offended you
I
by
mean, I'm
using your cafeteria.
Pretty sure.
He took it.
Yeah, I mean,
Did
He took it. Yeah.
No. I'm pretty sure that's how Kid got his goddamn tuition. Like, I mean, just because
No.
they caught him on and the other guy doesn't mean they suddenly got the money back.
No, they.
No.
Well, okay. So the dean says, his catchphrase is like, "Time waits for no man."
Right.
He's like, "Time waits for no man. You got 59 minutes to get this place back into the shape it was,
Yes.
or you're all expelled."
Right.
So they start doing the cleanup. Then Lee shows up, and Kid's like, and Play gives the gate to Kid. Is like, "Here you go. This should be enough." And then that's when Lee shows up, and Kid goes to Lee is like, "I'm sorry we fucked up your dining hall.
Please accept this box of money.
Please take this money. This should pay for what we can't clean up."
He took it.
Mm-hmm.
And well, at first he says, "No, that's fine, but you should have come to me."
Yeah.
And then Kid's like, "No, really, take this money. I'll figure it out myself."
Right.
Which is the dumbest thing in the world. If you offer the money and they say no, then
It's your money.
It's your money.
Yeah.
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 Again,
And
he's
then-
dumb.
yeah,
Not
and then-
evil, just dumb.
Right.
Yeah. Give generously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Because it's weird. Because like later, Lee offers him a job. Like, hey, maybe I could pay you. And it's not like I could give you the money back and also pay you. But he never mentions. I don't think he took the money. I just don't know what happened to it.
Lee took it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Lee took it because that's the only place that it could have gone. Because
But
that's
what did he take it for? The place is not busted up. There's
don't-
some balloons and streamers and shit, and
Oh,
that's it.
That's wrecked in this world.
yeah, true.
This is not a crazy house party. This is a very respectful house party, and nothing was wrecked.
In
and
fact-
certainly,
I mean, along the lines of the lack of scantily clad, like sex isn't even talked about in this movie. Like rubbers are like shown like twice. Like
Yeah.
there's a sign for like free Jimmy hats at Plays.
Well, I mean, there's
Record
also
store.
I mean, Play does fuck that lady behind the counter, and the confetti
Okay,
shits out.
sure.
and there's the
yes.
snow,
Right.
and there's
I mean,
the
I'm just
big
saying,
dude.
like it's not. Most of the time when you have a party movie, it's the
Everybody's fucking.
yeah, the emphasis
Everybody
is
is
like
humping
this is how
around
we're having a
as
party
well.
to fuck, and
Right.
this is like
No, we're having a party to
yeah,
jam.
we're having a party to stay in school, and like the movie stays on message.
God, fucking squares. Kid and Play are fucking squares, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's a very wholesome R-rated movie.
Yeah,
Is
Like-
it rated R?
Yes.
That
Oh,
says-
there's
they
plenty
say
of
fuck
F-bombs.
like a million times.
Yeah,
It
but
is.
it's like it's
here's the thing. Like at the end of the day, this is a really strange movie. Like I think perhaps on another day you might have hit play on this movie, and I would have been like, "This is amazing," because it would tick all the weird, stupid boxes that like Hudson Hawk tickles my fancies with. Where it's just this like outlandish, cartoonish thing where it's f-bombs and everything, and it's ludicrous, and
it is.
yeah. But something about this doesn't work. Like I mean, not in that way. Like I can never honestly explain what works for me in Hudson Hawk. I can't. Like,
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
It's also hard to explain what doesn't work about House Party 2 because it's just it feels so aimless for so long that you're never quite sure when the movie's ramped up to like this is what this is.
Mhm.
Like this is the movie now, and it's just like okay, they're getting to it. They're going to build to the jokes, and it's going to be funny, and there's going to be shenanigans, and that never happens. It's just some reactions to things that happen and some cartoon sound effects and
A lot of cartoon sound effects.
yeah. And Martin Lawrence is doing what he can to get the jokes in there. They have a house party, not in a house, in a staff cafeteria.
Staffeteria. Isn't it?
They don't do the thing that Harlow wanted them to do during the song.
Nope.
They do not lock and do the thing.
Nope. There is
So-
no leg lock dance.
No.
And
They don't do any
it
of
can
the
kinda-
Kid and Play.
It
No.
can kind of
Minus one jocks for that, I
kind
think.
of fuck off for that. And, to be honest with you.
And then like the last thing that Kid does before he leaves school, before he tries to leave school, is he goes around and talks to basically everybody.
Yep.
He has this little like
Fare thee
know,
well.
fare thee
I
well.
suck.
yeah, and he
I
goes
learned my lesson.
he goes to Lee. Lee gives him this little like speech, which I remember 0% of, except for it wasn't, here's the money back that you gave me
He
because
doesn't
you're an
mention
idiot.
the money. He offers him a job and says, "Will that be enough for you to stay?" And
No,
he-
that's not. That's the professor. The professor offers him a TA job.
oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, no.
And the
Lee doesn't offer him shit.
Yeah, Lee doesn't offer him shit. He's like, yeah, you come back, you can work for me,
Yeah.
or something.
I
or
got your
whatever.
I got your money from the party
Yeah, I spent it all on hookers.
and more medals for my uniform.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
I think to really understand the bizarreness of this movie, like how it can just suddenly change. I mean, because they're like these kind of things, like this suddenly like absurdness where it was otherwise normal, are things I love in other movies. Like I love my Savage Steve Holland movies where it's like suddenly like this character's just fucking off and like they're.
It doesn't go far enough
Yeah.
with its off kilterness
Sure.
to where you're really comfortable with going, "Oh, this is that kind of movie."
where it's totally zany.
It's just like they tried to make it wacky and couldn't, and so they put in a bunch of sound effects to
Because like the dean, like when he doesn't have the money, like I mean, they literally like they throw cuckoo clocks in the background because
Yeah.
he's just like, money, where's my money?
he's
Daddy?"
jumping up and
Yeah.
down on his student ID.
But they also do a really cool thing with the dean.
They do.
I mean, he's got the stupid catchphrase, but also he's like obsessed with clocks.
Yeah.
And all the clocks ticking in his office make for a very unsettling
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
And like that 12 seconds before he starts going fucking ape shit is really good.
Yeah.
There's that
Yeah.
tiny bit that's amazing.
Well, and I like the thing that they do with the dean also, which is that kid goes to him and says, "Can I have another week to come up with the money?" And he goes, yes. Like his brain
Right.
broke when he heard that and was like, "Yes, you can. You can have it one more week,
Well,
but
it's-
after that, time waits for no man."
I mean, I
It's-
think the clever thing there, and that's the thing.
It's
is
a
like,
subversion. Yeah.
Well, I think that the clever thing here is like there's I think there's like a better script than maybe what actually got to the page or to the screen,
Sure.
perhaps. And this is as good a time as any to mention this was written by Rusty Cundiff,
Yeah.
who then 2 years later went on to write and direct Fear of a Black Hat, which is this really awesome but kind of underground, hard to find movie these days.
it's a great version of CB4.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Basically, it was like it and CB4 came out, and
It was one of those where they
and
both came out.
and it's the Dante's Peak to the other one's Volcano.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's like you should seek it out if you
Yes.
can find it. But
Because in the video store, I was like, "No, you should watch Fear of a Black Hat."
right. And I mean, he made like Tales from the Hood, which is not good, but
It's 2/3 good.
It has moments. Anyway, what I'm saying, this is just interesting because it's his first written movie, like prior to like him kind of coming into his own and sort of becoming his own sort of voice there.
Mhm.
But what I was getting at is what's kind of clever is Stargate guy basically acting as the dean's buffer, his like liaison secretary, whatever the hell he was the one who's like, oh no, you can't ask for an extension. He'll like only give that to white boys. So
He's the
basically-
actual villain.
That's what I'm saying. Like from the
Right.
beginning, he was basically like set. I mean, play set the main thing in motion, but he set the secondary fuckery in motion
Yes.
because like it sounds like if he just gone like, hey man, my friend stole my check.
Yeah.
Can I have like a little bit extra time? The dean would have been like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and not have to go through all of this.
Because also the dean continually makes the statement of, "This is not a race thing.
right.
This is a money thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to pay us to come here." That's literally all it is.
Yeah, and even there's a scene at the end when like all of the shit comes down and like there's been like these cops that are just like show up and are clearly racist. Just
yeah,
like
that's
like,
the good line.
Yeah.
And so like because there was a scene earlier when like the Iman and her shithead boyfriend, like
Oh,
had
yeah,
a
they were
Porsche or
there,
something
too.
or something like that, and like they show up and like, oh, it's Porsche thieves because you're black. Blah, get on the ground. And then like down later in the movie, they show up and like those two same cops show up and try to arrest like Full Force, who was trying to break up the party.
Right.
And then eventually just like, why the hell did you arrest them? They're our campus security. Like, you arrest them because they're black? You should be ashamed.
Yeah.
And
And then the cop's like,
But I'm black.
the cop says, "Yeah, but I'm black." And the dean says, "Well, you should act like it."
Yeah.
who's like an old shrivelly white guy, by the
Yeah.
way.
Right.
Just playing
Yeah.
counter to stereotype, But anyway, it's just, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's almost a more clever script, like, sneaking through at times.
Well, also, just like the way they introduced the dean, they build it up to like, "Oh God, who's this going to be?" And the big chair turns around and it's just this very old man.
Hello.
It's just like, "Hi."
yeah, and it's not even like a recognize, it's not even like they got Denholm Elliott or somebody where it's
No,
just like, oh,
I
look,
mean, I
it's
know this guy. He's in
that
a bunch
guy.
of Joe Dante
Yeah.
movies and stuff like that. He's that
I
guy.
know, but I mean, like, you would at least want someone to turn around and be like,
Yeah.
everybody would be like, oh, it's
Oh shit, it's Rucker Hauer.
yeah, it's that guy.
or someone intimidating.
Sure.
Other than this, like,
Of this era, it would have been, it's Dennis Leary.
Oh, it's Jack Palance.
yeah, Jack Palance.
That was
Sure.
fucking
Oh,
rad.
that would have been, man, the stories from the set. Holy shit. Like, even Martin Lawrence would be like, man, what the fuck?
He was literally chewing on scenery.
I'm probably the first person to say the name Jack Palance in probably 5 years.
Oh, wow, yeah. Jack Palance.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Instead, it's William Shallert. R.I.P. William Shallert.
Oh, yes, he was very old. Yeah, so he gets the money because Play sells his car.
Oh, that is how he ends up with the money.
Yes.
Yeah. So what the fuck? How did Lee end up with the money? That's
what I'm saying. Like, the money from the party, I don't understand where
I never
it
liked that guy. I mean, from the Rocky movies, I always felt like he was scamming Apollo somehow. I don't know why.
No.
He's probably taking the gate.
I don't know.
He worked for Apollo, and then Apollo died, and he's like, hey, now I work for you, Rocky, huh?
I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. They never showed it on screen. I always felt like there was something hidden there, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't trust that guy.
But yeah, he gets the money from Play.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's this. Maybe I saw House Party 2 somewhere back in the day, and I just secretly associated this guy with like, you don't deserve the money. You don't even figure into this? Like, it's not your place. You run the fucking kitchen.
I need to go back and watch the scene
I'm
because
just saying, like, it makes no sense. Like,
No.
he's just an employee of the school. If anybody gets the money, get it handed to the dean. But it's
Yeah.
not like there's actual
I
property.
don't know why they're giving him $10,000. It's like, what happened to you personally? That like, oh no, I have to sweep.
It's ridiculous.
There's
That's
some
how-
party
like,
cups.
Maybe this has happened before, and that's how he affords all these medals and gold
Sure.
lame
Possibly,
and shit.
possibly.
Pay me my money. So, yeah.
And the
Well-
dean, like, not the dean. I'm sorry. The being black in the '60s in America professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Lesson
kid-
1, it sucks.
Right.
Time for your final exam.
But when kid goes to him, like, as he's leaving, to finally get back around to that, he's like, yeah, your report was really, really good. I gave you an A. I only gave you an A- because of the coffee stain. You deserve to be here. If I could make you my TA, would you be able to stay? And kid's like, no.
No, it's not
Again,
enough.
in this dumb movie, it should have just been like, yeah, that'd be perfect. Like, just like this Friends universe where it's like, yeah, we're unemployed.
Yeah.
We live in Central
And
Park
and
West.
that's right. And that's how movie universes
right.
work. That should have been fine.
Yeah.
But when he said no, he could have been like, well, let's try to get you a scholarship,
Yeah,
or
financial aid.
like, or this paper was so good, like we have a scholarship for.
There's a future for you.
Yeah, we have a
writers.
scholarship for black writers or something.
Yeah.
Like,
But
or
instead-
Queen Latifah has like she's working on a scholarship for black writers. Or
It's all right. Nothing was lost. Play
I mean-
lost his stupid car, and he didn't
No, I know,
deserve
but
it
it's
anyway.
just funny
Right.
that the teacher's like, so you can't stay, huh? Well,
bye.
you know, most people who quit college never come back. So,
Come
Smell you
back?
later.
yeah,
I mean, I hope.
yeah,
He does say, "I hope you come back,"
Yeah,
but like,
but you
I'm sure
won't.
he says that to all the kids.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like a y'all come back now.
yeah. It's like,
Right.
see ya. You're not coming
And
back.
they really like, they're just like, see ya. In reality, what should have happened is they should have beat $10,000 out of Play. They should have beat his ass for $10,000.
Play gets off way too easy. In
All he
terms
has
of-
to do is sell his car, and he still has bitches.
I know.
Apologies to the ladies, but
They're on their way to a centerfold shoot.
yeah, a quote unquote centerfold shoot. Play is playing them because Play plays everybody. Yeah,
No.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah,
Play
if we-
sucks. Fuck
Just
Play.
saying, if we want to get into like all of that
The
aspect,
character.
there's a lot. Like there's a good 5-minute sequence of this movie that could just be like, holy shit, post Me Too movement section where it's just like there are things happening just so like haphazardly off screen where it's like there's clearly like some kind of quid pro quo thing going on with Martin Lawrence and some college student where he's just like, you're gonna get an A, and it's like, okay, what the fuck is?
I think
I'm just
Martin
saying,
Lawrence was lying
is
about
he-
being a teacher
Well,
because Martin
that-
Lawrence looked
That,
30.
that's my point. I'm just saying, like, there's all kinds of scumbaggery happening in
Right,
like
and-
a rapid fire fashion throughout
And
this whole
Play
plot
is
line.
telling the girl Selena that he was fucking behind the counter that he was going to get her a record deal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
She comes back like 3 times, like, "Hey, play where
That's my point. It's
Yeah.
just like,
I'm helping
there's
you
some
reinforce
there's
your
some
point.
like offhanded misogyny left and right, clearly in
Sure.
the 90s.
But again,
rap-based
it's
movie,
so jovial.
but yes, it is. I mean, that's the thing is like this feels like a rated R
Nobody
episode of
cares.
Full House. That's what's fucked up about this movie is it's just like
It's a
it's like
good-natured
it's like
R-rated
suddenly
movie.
DJ's gonna go fuck you, Danny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh wow, this is a weird episode of.
Yeah, it is. It would be a weird episode of Full House.
especially considering that none of the Tanners were in it.
Also,
Right.
why would why would she call her dad Danny? I don't know.
'Cause disrespect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
It wasn't until the last episode where
Right.
she said dad.
Right. Anywho,
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
he
man.
gets the money. He gets to stay in school.
Yep.
Everything's
Right.
good.
The end.
Sure.
And then the credit sequence is fucking nuts.
yep.
There's a step group which is actually like Alpha Phi Alpha, which was like the first black fraternity.
Yeah.
I think the first national black fraternity. That's kind of cool. I like it. But there were obviously a bunch of scenes cut from this film, that they just kind of pasted parts of in the credit, like
It's not even deleted stuff. It's just random ass highlights of stuff that happened in the movie.
Oh,
Maybe.
but I don't
there's some
remember-
other random shit happening. There was
Yeah, there were-
Sir not appearing in the movies at certain.
Oh
points.
yeah, there's one scene where just cars are going nuts, and you're like, "What the
right.
hell
Yeah,
is
they
that?"
didn't have the lowrider scene in the movie.
That's right. But they
But
do.
Did,
I mean,
they
do
did
the,
just replay a bunch
yeah.
of
It's
stuff.
like, oh, shake my
Or
ass.
and or slightly alternate takes of them because there's one where God, what is Lee? What's the actor's name? Tony
Burton.
Burton. Yeah. Like there's a point where he's clearly about to crack it.
Yes,
Like
when he
when because
Kid's
kid's
is-
trying to put a hair, or not a hairnet, but like a shower cap
Yeah.
over his stupid eraser hair.
Yeah.
And
It's literally the only reference in the film to his hair. It's
Yeah.
strange. You would think kid going to a new place, people would be like, "What the hell is up with that?" yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nope.
No, not even like
The
you know,
90s, 1991, man.
I guess
Who gives
not
a
even a
shit?
professor calling on him is just like, "Hey, listen."
hey, yo, check out David Lynch over here. 'Cause look at Mr. Erased. I don't know. I just like the idea.
60s
of,
African American Studies professor is from Brooklyn.
Sure.
No, I just like the idea of like overly knowledgeable people that are going to diss people on the
Yeah.
street. Like,
Oh,
Hey!
right. Gotcha. Yeah.
Eclectic director over here,
yeah, first major film from an eclectic director.
Mr. Oddhouse.
Hey man, went on to win an Oscar, I think, for The Elephant Man, or at least nominated. Am I right?
They screwed you on Dune.
Could you imagine his version of Return of the Jedi? Am I right? Oh. Yeah, anyway,
What he would have done with them Ewoks, I tell you. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
House Party 2.
That's
Yeah.
in a
we should
nutshell.
Stop talking. about it.
Ratings time?
In a Gloom show.
Yeah, look
Like
at
you.
I'm gonna give it a jocks. I think it's fine. I mean, there are some laughs, mostly from Martin Lawrence. I think the messages that are coming across from certain characters at certain times are fine and good, and I agree with them, and they should be said out loud. But overall, it just makes for an awkward, like, I am laughing. Oh wait, no, this is message, and it's like, all right, and then it's like, do I laugh again? Like, can I laugh now, or are we serious now? What's happening? And then it's zany French comedy, and you're like, what on earth? So
Can I piggyback off of that? Only, I mean, if you
Sure.
were done, because I just
yeah, one jocks. It's
that same feeling I can perfectly ascribe to a style of entertainment. It is a John Leguizamo one-man show where you're like, is this funny or entertaining or I don't know. Like, yeah.
does he do that? Does he just
Yeah.
launch
Well,
into like, and now here's something?
it's a lot of like black box theater where it's like really minimalist sets and like spotlights and like, I'm doing a joke now, but now I'm a character, and now I'm over here, and it's like, oh my god, get the fuck off the stage, theater kid. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, it has kind of that vibe where you're like, oh, are we addressing police brutality in a 1991 movie? All right. Oh wait.
Yes, but with
Now,
jokes.
Yes,
now it's like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna get that pussy, and it's like, okay, this is weird. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of like back and forth, and then just like I said, it's like it has this like Full House vibe, and to the point that it's like I forgot that it was rated R, and the first time someone's like, yeah, fuck that, I'm like, all right.
I was like,
Yeah.
well, that's your one, and then they keep saying it. I'm like, wait, what's happening? Like,
Yeah.
this is a PG-13 film. What are you
Right.
doing? And
Yeah.
it's like, Oh wait, no.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a. It is just like it is an all over the place vibe, and it's. I don't know. On another day, I might have like been totally down for it, but I got to give this. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna give it a single jocks just because it's like on the basis of like this is fucking weird, and I guess I would say watch it. It's not a great time, but like I'm saying, like it is an anomaly of filmmaking. That
I would say watch it.
yeah.
I would especially say watch it on HBO Max because man, it is a gorgeous print,
Yeah,
bright
we're not paid
and
by
colorful.
HBO Max,
and, no, but I mean it is.
It needs some Dolby Vision because just saying the 90s were bright as fuck. Let's prioritize that shit and not maybe like let's not like Dolby Vision all of Zack Snyder's universe. That's all brown.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
need the
saying,
gray
yeah.
brighter.
Like
I
let's
need
go back
colors
to the
brighter.
90s when we had colors in our movies.
Yeah.
And let's Dolby Vision those.
They
first.
ran out of color film
Mm.
just like 10 years ago.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, just-
really weird.
yeah.
It's very strange.
I'm going to dunk on Zack Snyder as many times as I possibly can per episode. I think is
That's
gonna be
fine.
My
Yeah,
new goal.
I don't give a shit.
Do that.
So I was trying to come up with a Zack Snyder joke, just stalling for time there, but
Oh, like a speed ramping?
yeah. But yeah, still got nothing. Personally,
Choose your next words carefully, BJ. It may be your last.
oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of tempted to give this a bag, but I'm also kind of tempted to give it a jocks. Like, I think I'm more tempted to give it a bag just so that I don't give it the same rating you guys do.
Well, just
You
it comes
can-
down to
You can go your own way.
I can.
it comes down to would you tell another human being to watch House Party 2?
Oh, can I change my rating? When you say it out loud
I
in a
would.
full
when
sentence
you're,
like that.
when you're presented with that question,
Yeah.
If someone came to me and said, "I just watched House Party. Should I watch House Party 2?" I would say, "Yeah, you'd be all right there."
No, I suddenly I feel like mildly sick to my stomach at that prospect. I just
Change it then.
no look, I don't know. I just feel like this movie might have a slight reputation as being like one of the worst black representation things that's ever existed. I don't know. I
don't
does
think
it have
that's
a
true.
reputation?
yeah,
I
I
don't
feel like
think
I
that's
feel like it's
true.
been it's been the butt of several jokes I've heard, and I'm like I feel like there's more to it than just like it's funny to say House Party 2, and only I think it's only because like of the fact that it dips its toes into these cultural things where it's like there's this weird dumb like I didn't read the books section where kids like I think the Invisible Man's about like wrapping yourself in white bandages so people can see you, and it's like I get it. Like that was also just the first episode of that new show called Roar, but like it's like I don't know. It's just it's weird because like it's so half-assed in so many ways. So I don't know. Like I
Yeah,
said,
we also totally forgot about the whole the college has stripped the budget of the ethnic studies program.
Oh, right.
And that
Oh,
rally,
right.
that rally was only there so that Queen Latifah could get a song in.
Yeah.
Well, and also so the paper mache guy can build giant heads of
Right.
famous historical figures.
Right.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, I think maybe it's like the sort of haphazard. I don't know that there's a bad way that you mentioned people like James Baldwin, because if you get those people's names out there and people discover them and like go read their writings and understand what they stood for and what they wrote about, it's good. I mean, I don't think it should be like we only speak about these people when we're speaking in hallowed tones, but like at the same time, I feel like it's
Also, it's playing it for a laugh.
yeah, it's like it's a lot
It's
of
kinda
like
weird.
yeah, it's like there's like big paper mache head of Malcolm X and stuff, and like things like that. It's just-
Dancing
yeah.
to Queen Latifah.
yeah, I'm just saying, like there's some weird shit in
Yeah,
this movie.
it's kind of
Yeah.
weird. I'm gonna go on the basis that I wouldn't recommend it, but if somebody said, "Well, I'm gonna watch it anyway," I'll go, "Okay, it's,
You
what-
can.
whatever." Like I'm not gonna argue.
Okay.
I would tell them not to watch it, and then I'm not gonna like argue when they say they're gonna. I'm gonna pull the Lee thing. Is where like I'm gonna say, "Oh no," but when they do it anyway, I'll be like, "Okay, whatever,
Okay.
fine
So-
by me." So one bags.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know what that translates to.
Yeah.
Of don't watch it, but you can.
Right. That's
I won't stop you.
That's me telling you not to
Well,
watch
like I think
it.
2 or lower is where you start like diving in the way, like no.
Yeah, you just want to take the
2 is when
Kyle took a
when
bullet from me.
2 is when somebody's like, you say, "No, don't watch that," and they go, "Oh, well, I heard it's actually not that bad," and you go, "Oh no,
Oh no. Listen.
it's 2 is it's really not that bad. 3 is no,
Seriously,
really.
you value your life better. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
4 is, oh my God, fucking don't know. Like, I know you're into bad movies, but no. Like, no, and you definitely don't watch that with your girlfriend or your parents. And 5 is right out.
Oh, no, watch it with your parents. Absolutely.
Well, you can watch House Party 2 with your parents. I don't give a shit.
I think you could.
But I don't think you watch a Four Bags movie with your parents.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Four
I
bags.
understand.
Yeah.
And
5 bags is
no one should ever watch it.
yeah.
It should be destroyed.
5 bags is drive directly into a bridge abutment before you watch this movie.
I want to be very clear with what I'm saying about this movie, in terms of its content, is that I think all of it, in some way, shape, or form, is interesting. I just don't think it blends together well in a 90-minute comedy sequel to House Party. It seems like a strange time to suddenly get more serious about things that ultimately don't factor into the plot at all. And that's just awkward. It's just awkward to not know from scene to scene what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's House Party 2. It's not some unknown thing. It's fucking the Pajama Jam. It says it right on the cover. It's fucking Kid and Play posing stupidly with the words Pajama Jam over them. And you're like, okay, get to the Pajama Jam. What are we doing? So it's just the material doesn't mesh well, I don't think.
Pro tip, I think, for people making party movies, you need to get to the party fucking faster.
Yeah, shenanigans need to happen at the party.
I mean, as I recall, Bachelor Party, is there any part of that movie that's not at the Bachelor
There's
Party?
a ramp up to the party. They have to get to the party.
Yeah, I'm just saying, there's most of these things, it's the whole fucking movie takes place at the party, basically.
I mean, Can't Hardly Wait is the party.
Yeah. So
anyway, whatever. House Party 2. More party, please.
Yeah. Well, if you want more party, BMFcast party style, why don't you go to BMFcast.com? That is our website, and that is where you can party digitally with us and all of our podcast goodness. If you want to tell us about your own house party, pajama jam, email us, bmf@bmfcast.com, or give us a call on the Garfield phone, the BMFcast hotline, 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. And if you want to pay us to party, go to our Patreon.
Well,
Patreon.
No.
You let me speak my...
All right, go
Let
ahead.
me have my piece. If you want to pay us to party, patreon.com/BMFcast. You can give us a certain amount of money per month, and we will party with you in bonus podcast form. You get a whole lot for your dollar over at patreon.com/BMFcast.
Many parties.
So many extra podcasts, including BMFcast Extra.
Right, which is not Prime.
That's correct. We are Prime. It is extra. Anyway, it's good. It's good value.
I wonder if when House Party 2 was popular, how fast did they... What year was House Party 1?
Oh, this was 6 months after.
6 months
was
after. So
1990 and then
cranked this
1991.
out.
Okay. I was just curious.
This was jump on that shit while it's hot.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that could be part of it, of just having only 6 months to crank out another film.
Sure. This is stuff we should have discussed before I started the outro.
No, I was just curious. I was curious what kind of contracts they signed. Did they sign a kid and pay or per play contract?
See, why did you
did that on purpose.
I had a perfectly good outro thing going, and you had to go and man, you had to go play it all up.
You can fucking cut all that. I don't give a shit. I just wanted to say kid and play.
Kid and pay for play.
Kid and pay. God, that is hard to say. Kid and play or pay. Yeah, there you go. Pay or play is the
Kit and
type.
play.
Pay or play is the
Kit and Play?
Yeah, it's a high tier on the Patreon level. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And for Mackie, this is BMFcast out. Goodbye. Honk.
Why are you honking?
I don't know. He started to
Why?
honk, so I honked.
Honk.
Honk.
Why?
I don't know.
Stop honking.
You got a problem with
Yeah.
gooses?
Geeses?
You got a problem with Canada gooses? You
What's
got a
wrong
problem
with
with me.
me?
I suggest you let that
What are
one
you wearing a
marinate.
fucking wire? What are you, a fucking narc?
Yes! It's right here. I'm speaking
Who do you
into
work
it.
for? Huh?
The BMFcast.
Who the fuck do you work for? Huh?
Bad movie feeds.
We
Oh,
don't pay
Fiends,
you.
huh?
Yeah,
Fiends?
friends.
Oh, okay.
I meant to say friends.
That's better.
Oh, friends, like a partnership, like a gang? Are you in a gang, Chuck?
What do you think
Are you
we're
in
funny?
a gang?
What do you think we're like bad movies? What does that amuse you?
Or are you in a gang, Chuck?
I'm not going down for this.
You're going down for something.
No, I'm not going on this racketeering bullshit.
You're going down.
Oh
for
yeah,
my
man, you're gonna sing like a fucking
Kit and play
canary.
Patreon level. That's what you're going down for.
Ooh.
Canaries don't sing very well, so that's how you're gonna sing like one. You should probably sing like a bird that sings better. I just never understood why it was canaries. They don't have a particularly good song.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
Maybe they
prolific.
just like never shut the fuck up, and it's just like
Probably it,
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
That's
sing.
how you. That's why you take a canary in the coal mine. They never shut up, and then
Yeah,
when
you're
they
just
finally
like,
shut up, you're like,
Oh my Christ! When they
"Why
shut
is it
the
so quiet in here?
Oh,
and why am I
it-
so sleepy?"
Oh, it died.
I'll just take a
Yeah.
little nappy nap.
Yeah.
Me and this canary.
yeah. Kaboom.
Yeah. Gotta go home and see my kids as he SpaceX.
Jesus Christ! How bad was that part of history where like we're just sending dudes into a mine with a
bird.
fucking bird?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's some noxious gas down there. Here's a bird that'll keep you safe.
Yeah. If it
Fuck.
doesn't die, you're fine.
Right.
If it does
I-
die,
Except
You're
you're
fucked.
not fine because you'll get black lung and
Pepper
you know,
lung.
Well,
or pepper lung,
I
and
mean,
then you'll die from that.
yeah.
And then your
yeah.
kid will have to go into work in the mine, and he'll die at 8.
Well, I mean, you're just speaking about all life in the past. I mean,
Yeah,
all,
it's
all life-
terrible.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean that's
Yes.
if you want to get on a whole thing about like making things great again, and I'm like, yeah, go back 10 fucking years ago and enjoy yourself. Just go ahead. Just go back 10 years ago. Well, okay, 10 years ago, we'd probably been okay, but go back 30 years ago, and you'd be like, I don't know something. You're fucked. Go to the library. Pull out an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, well, guess I just don't know that.
Well, no, okay. What is it? In
You-
1992, you could, if you had money,
Maybe.
yeah,
Maybe.
you might be able to get Prodigy.
Maybe. And it was maybe at that point.
God, Prodigy sucked too.
I just say like all this like, oh,
I mean, it's
things,
cool
were,
as
things
shit.
were better then. I'm like,
What are you giving me that look for, Chuck?
yeah,
Prodigy.
okay.
Yeah.
What?
All right, compare it to like anything in this room that is capable of getting information.
Oh, sure.
This fucking Logitech camera could
I know.
take you to Wikipedia
I know.
faster than Prodigy.
I know.
Could take you to anything.
I know.
Yeah.
I
hate to get too hard on nostalgia, yeah, especially though about like bullshit like technology and quality of life things. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like,
I fully
OSHA
understand
regulation.
that I don't want to ever go back to the way the internet used to be. I get that. But there is
However.
something charming about everyone having a different way to access the internet and you being jealous of someone else's dumb features. Like, oh, wait, you've got CompuServe? That's got this dumb thing? Holy shit. I'm just on AOL over here. It sucks. But you've got Prodigy and you've got whatever the Mac one was.
AOL was cool as shit for a while.
I know.
I think that's like saying like,
Keywords?
I mean, you're basically like going back to like you want to go back to like when electricity was first invented, and you're like one of the houses that got it
No, no,
instead
no,
of
no,
like, oh man.
Or electricity doesn't kill you as much.
well, okay,
No.
it wasn't invented, but like harnessed.
No, Chuck's just like,
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's
oh,
a-
we
there's
have
a
electricity,
cuteness
and
to
someone else is like, oh, well, now it's like we all have electricity. Now we like show off what we plug into it. It's like that's the future. Of,
There was a time where there were things that you could covet because like you had a different version of it. It's like computers. Everyone started to get to a point where they had a computer, but everyone had a fucking different computer. Someone had like a speech box on their computer and was like, got to go over to Billy's house. His computer talks.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I hate fucking coveting anything.
I know
Like,
that. I'm just saying.
I want to be a communist. I
In
wanna be a socialist.
retrospect, there was something fascinating about
Sure.
it because there was always something that you're like, man, I wish I had that. And a lot of it now is like, internet.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You know,
yes, I think the
I love-
discovery factor
Bored
is
with the
interesting,
internet.
but I mean,
and the
I,
bleeding edge of technology when there's still like people when you're still trying new things to
Yeah.
figure out what fucking
and-
works.
And I can guarantee you can go find parts of the web that you don't know exist. Go right now. I mean,
I understand.
Enjoy.
I'm just saying, like, I miss like looking at the Sunday ads and being like, man, I wish I had that computer. That computer has this thing that I'll never be able to afford, and it does this amazing thing that I could do so much great things with.
Dude, this fucking modem has duplex. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah. Now tech is just like it's,
now tech
it's,
is like, oh,
yeah, it's like
alright.
it's cool. It's slightly faster.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, will this blow up in 6 months or not?
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
Like I'm looking at buying a new desktop PC, and I'm like, what's the difference between all these? And like,
Yeah.
one, the RAM is 3,000 megahertz, maybe. The other's like 3,200 megahertz, and I'm
Yeah.
like, cool.
Mhm.
That's different.
It
All
is.
right.
It is very different.
What else is different? And they're like, oh no, everything's the same. That was just $300 more because it's got 200 more megahertz on the RAM.
Yeah.
Or you might have RGB on the RAM or something.
Oh shit, RGB on the RAM, yo.
A thing that was like your AOL experience, why I'm picking up phones, is phones were like that for a while.
Yes.
Like phones were crazy. Cell phones were crazy for the first 15 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now nobody gives a shit.
Now-
what phone
No,
you have.
they're all the
Everything
same.
is the same.
I
Yes.
don't- yeah.
Like I have a different bump than you guys,
No
and
one
it's
is-
got a G on the back instead of an apple, but it's the same fucking thing.
not that I'm interacting with humans on a much
You
any
should.
daily
Humans
basis.
suck.
Well, just in the last 2 years, I've not been the same kind of daily
Sure.
interaction
Yeah.
as I used to. But I mean, no one's asked me what phone no one gives a shit what phone you have anymore. Like
No, it
I'm
used
saying
to be like you were always asking for recommendations.
yeah, you're just like,
what
oh
kind
hey,
of
which
is
phone
that?
is that?
Yeah.
Nothing, no one has asked me.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's an iPhone. Great. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's an iPhone. They're all
Yeah.
practically the same. There's no like supreme advantage over one of the. Oh, you got one more camera? Cool. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I was talking with a friend of mine. She's in the market for a new phone,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Well, I didn't like my Samsung," and I'm like, "Well, the Pixel's all right. It does. I like it. It's a phone."
It does things.
And she's like, "Well, what does it do?" And I was like,
Phone thing.
"Phone things,
Yeah,
but
like-
good." And I'm like, "The camera's really good, but the camera on almost every phone is really
Yeah.
good."
The cameras are insane. You really are only looking for something that is responsive when you touch it,
Mhm.
and it's not like
That's pretty
slow
much it, yeah.
or stupid. And you're like, it's not moving as fast as I'm thinking. That's
Right.
really the only thing.
That's
phones
why I
are
got
at
a
this
new
point.
phone. Really, is
Yeah.
like the old one is like, all right, it's 3 years old. It's kind of slow now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the
New
first
phone.
time I don't even remember. I don't even know what phone I have right now. I think I have an iPhone 12.
I have to look it up.
Like,
Every
I
time
either
someone
have
asks,
an 11.
I'm like,
I have I have a 12 Pro because I always have stupid names for it. So mine's called Cheaper I the Dozen because I always do it.
Okay.
lowercase,
Yeah.
I guess I do. I name mine after the corresponding Doctor Who. So
Yeah, so mine I always work a lowercase I in the name of my phone somehow, and like all
Mine
uppercase.
is called Pixel 6.
that's
Yeah.
clever.
Yeah, it is.
You'll never
Yeah.
forget what it's called.
But I'm saying, like,
I-
if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even know which one I have, and I haven't thought about like, I don't even know what one they're on right now. I
Yeah.
don't care anymore. Like,
Yeah,
it's
we had the discussion
Yeah.
in my house the other day.
Like, I
Someone was
don't-
like, "What phone do you have?" I go, "I don't know."
yeah, like I think they just had a keynote. Did they announce another one? I don't know.
It's
like,
it's the off year
Okay.
for the
Phone.
special edition phone, which is just the current model, but lighter.
sure. Okay.
So
So the S model, they're still doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
SE
Um,
special edition.
I saw one of those Samsung flippity phones.
Like
The clamshell.
Like the ones with the foldable screen thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're neat.
I've seen one in the wild. It's interesting, but I don't.
Fucking useless, but neat.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think I've decided what I want is the thing that they're showing us all the sci-fi movies. I just want a wrist computer.
Mm-hmm.
I want a sleek Pip-Boy. I want a thing that is just like on your arm and it's like bigger screen. Like watch. I've
There was one like 4 years ago that was like an Android powered thing that was
Yeah.
like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, probably had a 4-inch diagonal screen.
But I mean,
it was like the Predator wristband.
It's clearly got to be like it's got to have a long ass. I can't even begin to worry about the battery throughout one day. Period. Like it's got to have
right. Got to be at least.
a full day's battery.
Sun
and
up
it's
to
gotta-
sundown.
It's got to have true wireless shit. Always online type of thing.
Oh, like it's gotta have its own SIM.
5G, whatever type of thing. And I mean, it's just that's it. I mean, like I've just been looking at my watch, and like the more I think about it, I'm like, this is honestly like I thought this was cool as shit. It's becoming really fucking useless to me now. Like
The watch?
yeah. I mean, like I honestly like don't really use it as a notification system anymore. Like I just find now that I just pick up my phone more often than not.
Yeah.
A bigger screen, and it's like you can't interact enough with the watch on your wrist. I feel like that it makes it where I wouldn't just pull out my phone.
The watch is basically like, oh, there's something on my phone that needs attention.
Right. Pull out the phone. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a good like.
It's a good health tracker thing.
Yes.
Well, not for health tracker, but it's a good like. Okay, this is a thing that I don't need to worry about
Right.
Right.
taken my phone out for.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
like,
I've got my notifications so pared down on my phone, like I still get a shitload of notifications because there's some things I can't turn off, like the BMFcast email. I get 500 notifications from like, bullshit on that. But as far as personal notifications, like 10 a day.
what was I think this week or this month's fitness challenge things was just like close your stand goal once.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
My
I just gave up.
No. My watch, I think, had been locked up so long that I never earned it until like 4 days ago. Because like I went to interact with my watch and like realized that I couldn't swipe.
just
I couldn't.
hard-locked?
Yeah, it was just like it was stuck on a frozen screen. Like I think it was still like cycling the time and the power percentage, but I could not interact with it in any way.
Yeah.
And so like I powered cycle, turned it back on the next day. It was like, you closed your stand goal. I'm like, yeah, I guarantee I did that 15, 20 days ago. Whatever the beginning of the month was. Like,
stand up all the time.
yeah, I mean, it's like, who doesn't stand up 12 times in a day? Like
My favorite is 9:30 at night.
you can still do it.
Sitting on the toilet, and all of a sudden, hey, you met your step goals. I'm like, the fuck? I'm taking a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't do shit.
Are you like trembling while you take a shit? Is
I
that
don't-
why you make it
I
your
don't
step goal?
think so.
Easy there, buddy. You're gonna blow out your own ring.
Fucking just
Yeah.
these pipes are clean.
You tell the turd who's boss.
Just number 2
It's
work
the funniest thing that Tom Arnold has ever
It
done.
is absolutely the funniest thing he's ever been associated with,
But yeah,
and there's no reason for him to be in that movie.
Nope.
But yeah, like that's why I've never bothered with getting the watch of anything because I'm like, I don't like wearing a watch. I don't like having something on my wrist all day because I'm a keyboard warrior professionally, and B, like, what's the point besides the fitness tracker? And look at me, I'm not tracking any fitness
I don't
over
know.
here.
Mine told me I was stroking out one day, so that was good.
Yeah, were
That-
you stroking out?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
My heart rate was like 180.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
same
Yeah.
here. I got a irregular, like really high heart rate notification that probably saved me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel weird at all. It was just like my heart rate was fucking like 180, 192.
It's happened to me twice. It happened during a meeting where my job was being taken away, and I was like,
Oh well, that's okay.
yes. So I was stroking out because of that, and it was very good for the watch to remind me. The other was when Luke Skywalker showed up on The Mandalorian. I was so upset with nostalgia that my watch was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like,
Wait, upset in the good way?
"Yes."
Okay.
Like
okay. You were
like,
so excited.
like just wanting to just bawl my eyes out, but because there's family in the room, I'm not gonna be a fucking idiot crying because digital Luke Skywalker has shown up
Whatever.
and
you
Mando
can.
takes his mask off.
Yeah.
So yeah, my watch was like, "Hey, buddy, what the
Okay,
fuck's going
so
on with your
neither
heart?"
of those times your life was actually in danger.
No,
You
no,
were
no.
just, like-
During the staff meeting, I got up and left. I was like, I
Okay.
have to walk outside. I'm going to die if I continue to listen to this fucking strategy session of let's take everyone's jobs away and things will work better. So, it saved my life.
it might have saved their lives.
Now they were on a screen in another state.
Oh, okay.
They're
Fair enough.
fine. I don't feel like getting on a plane to
Murder
fuck with them.
anyone.
Yeah, no, they're fine. Everyone's fine. Listen to
Yeah.
make me mad. It's fine. You don't live here.
We're all fine here.
Yeah, we're good. How are you?
Star Wars. Yeah. No, I mean, like mine was my blood pressure medication had basically stopped working and my shit was all fucked up, and my watch basically told me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Your shit's
Yeah.
it says your shit's fucked up.
Yeah. That's cool, Scro. Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
But yeah, no, otherwise I'm just like I think I want a more useful thing there. I mean I feel like if Apple decided to come up with something that was a little slimmer, more like a Fitbit with like less screen, that could just literally stay charged for like months on end, like the Pebble or whatever those other some
Yeah.
of those knockoff ones do.
The ones that were good
Yeah.
and then they died.
Right. I'm just saying like
Well,
some
the Pebble was the original.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, some of those that had, like, extremely long battery life because they had very minimal functionality because it's a tiny-ass screen, it's like, I think I would opt for one of those just to, like, I think it'd still be good to have that, like, hey, you're fucking dying, or here,
Yeah,
aspect.
it's good to have that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you're right. It's good to have that notification.
Yeah. Of course, the only time I've triggered the fall notification is when I'm playing with a dog.
Who's a good boy?
No, I'm, like, down on the floor, I'm like, come on, I'm, like, slapping the floor, like,
Right.
come on, run, dog, and then it's like, did you just fall?
Fuck EMS shows up. Yeah.
Should we call? And I'm like, oh, no.
No. I'm fine.
It's like, yo, dog, just playing with dog.
You idiot phone watch.
So one of the other reasons that I replaced my phone is because the power button was getting weird, and it was continually pressing itself, but not just like holding the button. It was just like press, 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 press,
Oh, so it
press,
was shorting out.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably triggering shortcuts that are for that button, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shortcut that it did trigger was you press the button 5 times and
emergency services. Yep.
you haven't cleared this notification, so we're dialing EMS.
Right.
And I was like, no, don't do that. And I couldn't hang up because it kept pressing the fucking power button.
Oh, right. So he just.
So I'm
oh,
like,
no.
yeah,
So if it was an old phone, you'd rip the battery out and throw it across the room.
exactly. Yeah.
Snap it in half.
I think I've told this.
I almost did at that moment. I
Yeah.
almost snapped that fucking phone in
Yeah.
half.
I may have told this here on the air.
Yeah,
before,
we don't
but,
care.
But remember those phones that were popular in like again talking about the late '80s, mid '90s. There was those phones that they stopped having a base. It was just set the phone on a thing, and it
Yes.
had the clicker
It
was
had,
on.
it had a bubble at the bottom of it.
So it was just like you tap the little hang up plunger thing, and
Yeah.
it just sat on something. So we got one of those because it was the novelty thing, and it sat on our piano because it was just like, oh, it's a convenient place to grab a phone real fast.
Yeah, while
well-
you're fucking
well,
playing
no,
some
I'm just saying
Joplin.
We had a wall piano that just like sat sort of like in the middle of the house, and it was like then there was a phone on the back of it. But
Gotcha,
anyway,
yeah.
so we didn't have some fucking crazy grand piano or whatever. Anyway, I was minorly a latchkey kid in that like I would come home from school at like 3:30 to 4 o'clock, and then my mom wouldn't come home till like 5 o'clock, 5:30. So I'd have like from about the time I was 8, like have like an hour and a half or so that I had to be there home alone. When we got that set on the thing phone, there was it just started fucking calling 911. I don't know why. You didn't have to pick it up. It just would. Like, I was sitting at home one day, and fucking the police showed up at my door, and here I am, like, 9 years old, and they're like, someone called 911, where's your parents? I'm like, I'm here alone, and they're like, immediately like, what the fuck? I'm like, my mom's, like, 5 minutes away, her office is literally, like, right around the corner, what's up? Why are you here?
What's up?
I just imagine little Harlow like, what's up?
What's
Yeah.
up?
Just like,
Fuck out of my house,
why
pigs.
are you here? And they're like,
Watching
someone
House
called
Party 2 in
911.
here.
And they would not fucking believe that I didn't, like, prank dial 911 and hang up. And, like, and it was just like, I swear to God, this day, never. I was watching Thundercats or some shit, and the cops showed up. I'm just
So,
like,
the
But,
younger
yeah.
millennials and Gen Z kids
Mhm.
won't understand that some phones actually had an emergency button on it. Did
Yeah.
that phone have an
I
emergency?
don't think it did. That's the stupidest fucking
It's
thing.
weird.
Like, I almost feel like it was like they were going to program it in for that phone, and then they took it out last minute because they were like, if you're setting the phone down, you could just tap that button. That's bad design.
Right, probably. Yeah.
So like that kind of thing. But it was just never like.
Did it have a speed dial in it?
No, it literally
Oh,
had
weird.
like it was like one of those like I don't even think I had like the on-off button. Like
Have
some of
ghosts in it?
It probably. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
That's your
Yeah.
problem here.
Well,
You got,
Hey, there's your problem. You got ghosts in your phone.
ghosts in your phone.
Yeah, my mom Karen Allen, and it was like
Telephone ghosts. Hey Ernie, they got
Yes,
telephone
I know
ghosts.
that's the weirdest fucking reference, isn't that? Wasn't that like the Ghost in the Machine? Wasn't that fucking name of that?
Yeah.
Yes. I just
Yeah, Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah.
Good
All
job
right,
with
thanks.
that reference.
$58 for ghost in the phone
Yeah,
extraction.
we gotta get the ghosts out of your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who are
Charlie.
you gonna call? You can't
can't.
because you got ghosts in your phone.
Ghosts in the
Yeah.
phone.
Those
So
cops
just-
were not ready to believe me, though.
Right.
All right, listen.
Bring it on down to Phone Ghosts LTD here on Queens Boulevard.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's what it was. It's like it happened one day.
Ghosts?
They were,
Yeah,
and-
that's what I said.
I know.
No, the cops showed up one day and they were just like, "All
The
right."
next day they let you burn.
No, yeah, the next they came back the following day, or they came back like at like 4 o'clock, and they were like, and they were like, were you home today? And I was like, no, I was at school. I just got home. Like, well, we got a call from here at like 1:30, and I was like, nobody was
Ghosts.
fucking here.
Ghosts.
Like not with the word fucking because I'm 9 years old, but I'm just like, nobody was here. I was not here.
Nobody
like-
was here, cocksuckers.
Yeah, yeah, cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I-
fucking cunt.
yeah, I was an Australian 9-year-old.
Yeah.
That's why my accent's so good.
Accent.
Yeah. No, actually, in Australia we say accent, but yeah, this is actually a proper Australian accent right here.
That's
this
proper
is it.
Australian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
everyone
I
else is
can tell 'cause
everything
your
else
words
is
are upside down.
everything else is just caricature.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah.
sorry.
Everything else is just basically the Super Mario of Australia.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, suck
Oh.
it, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
It's you, Australia.
Yeah. Gary Daniels is a fake.
Chuck didn't like that when he's done.
But anyway, they came back the next day, and I was like, I wasn't here, and I was the one that had to fucking figure out. I was like, I literally did the Batman work. I was like, what have we changed? Like, I did this. I remember
You had
being
to figure out ghosts in the phone.
no, I had to like do the backwards. Like, what have we changed steps? I'm saying this is why I fell into the profession that I fell into, because even at like
Because of
19 years old, I
ghosts.
was like, well,
Phone
we just got this phone, and this
Because
started
of
happening.
Windex.
Let's disconnect it, and lo and behold, never again.
Never again.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Never
it was
again.
like-
Ghost had nowhere to go. The phone
yeah,
was
that's true.
disconnected.
Yeah,
Couldn't get out.
Yeah, they were
It's
in the
trapped
trap.
in that phone
Yeah,
forever.
when
Don't look at the trap,
when
right?
The light is green, the trap is clean.
Oh man, 10:55. We should probably get out of here.
Okay, I'm Harpco.
I'm Smacky. And
Oh.
I'm Fuck.
Also, BJ, I will
Really,
share
yeah.
just because I just said
Yeah.
Harpco. GTA Online, my company is called Harpco.
Perfect.
Good.
It's on big letters on the side of my building. It's Harpco.
Excellent. I expect nothing less.
Yeah. I thought this was
Well
pretty good. All right. Good night, Internet.
You have served the Empire well.